Well, the latest surge, or COVID surge, could lead to another long period of economic decline along with many more deaths.
Yeah, it could, and that's the topic of this week's commentary by Eyewitness News political analyst and Gambit columnist Clancy.
Conspiracy theories abound regarding who's responsible for COVID. Now that we're seeing yet another surge in cases and new variants, we don't need theories to know who's causing all this pain. People who refuse to get vaccinated. Now, some people have very legitimate reasons for not getting vaccinated. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the vast majority of unvaccinated folks who apparently don't care if they cause someone else's death. They also will be the ones responsible for any new economic decline that comes with shutdowns because of the surge. So if you're one of those people and you're looking for someone to blame for the next round of pain, look in the mirror. Better yet, get vaccinated.
This has been an expression of opinion by Clancy. Email your thoughts to commentary@wwltv.com.